The Nagaland Municipal Bill 2023 of Nagaland has been passed in the Nagaland Legislative Assembly in a special session of the Assembly on November 9 in Kohima. US Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin arrived at Palam Technical Airport in New Delhi on Thursday. He arrived in India to attend 2+2 ministerial dialogue between India and the US. Six months since the outbreak of violence in Manipur, students in the state are bearing the brunt of violence as their future hangs in uncertainty. Israel Defense Forces have intensified its ground operations and have reached the heart of Hamas in Gaza Strip. The Israeli military released video of what they say is strike on Hamas tunnel situated near a school in southern Gaza. Now for the news in details. The Nagaland Municipal Bill 2023 was passed unanimously on Thursday during the third emergent session of the 14th Nagaland Legislative Assembly. The bill was earlier moved by the Chief Minister Nipurio for consideration. During the discussion, Deputy Chief Minister and Convener of the Select Committee, T.R. Ziliang, while expressing his support, highlighted that after thorough deliberation with other elected members of the committee, the Chief Secretary Department officials and the Apex civil society organizations, they recommended the bill to be passed in the Assembly. Ziliang said he believes the 33% reservation empower women to contribute to the decision-making process for municipalities and towns. Ziliang also appealed to the public to support the bill, emphasizing that it is crucial for all-round development of towns and the state as a whole. Engineer Picto Shohe of the NCP, Juenga Seb of JDU, Nuklu Toshi of NPP, NPF's Achumbe Mokikon, Dr. Shukato A. Sema of LJP, Independent MLA Kevipodi Sopi, RPI's Y. Lima Onen Chang, NDPP's Tien Manen and KG Kenye also participated in the discussion and expressed their support to the bill.
Mr. Speaker, sir, I rise to participate in the discussion of Nagaland Municipal Bill 2023. In the first place, I was reluctant to participate, and my initial thought was to move the bill for passing and yield my time to the other speakers. However, I considered and decided that I would take this opportunity to say a few words on record, as this might be the last time that we would be deliberating on this issue. And if nothing goes wrong at this very moment, we would be successfully passing this bill in this August House today. As convener of the Select Committee to examine this bill, I had the opportunity to discuss the matter with the other honorable members in the committee and also respected Chief Secretary, Municipal Affairs Department officials, Assembly Secretariat led by Assembly Secretary, and the Apex Civil Society Organization before finally recommending to be passed in the Assembly. I would not like to repeat myself on the chronology of this bill, as it would consume a lot of time if I narrate events spanning 2 decades and also not dwell on the technical and legal aspect of the bill. Since 2001, we have had trouble with this bill, and we have also on many occasions in the floor of this House and outside expressed our views and suggestions. And many speakers today would be delving on the bill and the clauses which are deleted and added. So I will not speak much on those matters, and the bill placed here today is self-explanatory in itself. Therefore, to make it short, I only wish to address certain things to be on record. It is not a secret that I have had the worst ordeal with this bill in the past. But today, I'm most excited that this bill will finally see the light of the day with 33% women reservation.
Chief Minister Nipurio, in his concluding remarks, regretted the delay in reaching a consensus on ULBs, but was optimistic that the passage of the new Nagaland Municipal Bill 2023 would lead to better administration, development, organization, cleanliness and beauty in cities and towns.
Speaker, sir, I rise to participate in the discussion. My concluding remark on the Nagaland Municipal Bill 2023. So I thank all the honorable members who have actively participated in the discussion and for expressing their views and observations on the bill, including the context and circumstances under which this new bill has been drafted and brought up before this August House for consideration. Given the history of several attempts made in the past 2 decades to hold ULB election in Nagaland and some unfortunate incidents associated with it, let me also give a brief account of the string of events that have led to the drafting of the present Nagaland Municipal Bill 2023. Sir, as you are aware, the 73rd and the 74th Constitutional Amendment Act 1992 lay the foundations of the establishment of vast network of local self-government throughout the country. The 73rd Constitution Amendment Act provides for and laid the foundation stone of establishment of 3-tier local self-government in the rural areas and to be known as Panchayati Raj. This act had exempted Nagaland and other tribal areas of the northeastern India from its purview, as we already have village councils constituted as per our respective tradition and customary practices. However, the 74th Constitution Amendment Act 1992, which provided with the establishment of local self-government in the urban area, did not give any exemption to the Nagaland and other tribal areas of the Northeast. This is the most probably due to the fact that in our urban centers, which were of recent origin, we do not have traditional or customary institutions of local self-government. Those not exempted, we are under the obligation to enact laws for establishment of urban local bodies in our own areas. In conformity with the constitutional provisions, accordingly, the Nagaland Municipal Act 2001 was enacted. The Act came into force with effect from 20th December 2002. As per the provision of the Nagaland Municipal Act 2001, the state held its first election to urban local bodies in December 2004. However, the election for the Mokchung Municipal Council could not be held owing to opposition by the people of Mokchung on various grounds.
We'll now take a short break. We'll be back with more news.
Sexually transmitted infections are not spread by hugging, shaking hands, or sitting with someone. Don't let misconceptions get to you.
Welcome back. U.S. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin arrived at Palam Technical Airport in New Delhi on Thursday. He arrived in India to attend 2+2 ministerial dialogue between India and the U.S. Defense Minister Rajnath Singh and Chief of Defense Staff General Anil Chauhan received Austin at the airport upon his arrival. He will co-chair the 5th India-US 2+2 ministerial dialogue and hold a bilateral meeting with the Defense Minister Rajnath Singh. The 2+2 ministerial dialogue, an annual diplomatic summit since 2018, witnesses the collaboration of India's Minister of External Affairs and Defense Minister with the US counterparts. This year's dialogue holds significant weight as it marks the 5th edition of these crucial discussions aimed at fortifying strategic ties. Six months since the outbreak of violence in Manipur, students in the state are bearing the brunt of violence as their future hangs in uncertainty. Frustrated students on Thursday sat at the Kaisampad Leimajam Laikai in Imphal West, protesting against the failure of the central government to solve the crisis. Students from different schools and colleges took part in the sit-in protest that was organized by the Northeast Students' Organization. General Secretary of NESO, Prakash Singh, expressed his dissatisfaction over the lack of intervention, particularly by the Prime Minister, as many lives and properties have already been lost.
Today, under the banner of NESO, the entire northeastern states were observing this demonstration, peaceful demonstration by all the component organizations in their respective state capitals. Actually, we are organizing this demonstration because since last 6 months, this violence, this conflict is going on in Manipur, and we don't see any intervention from the central government. You know, even the Prime Minister is not saying a single word, and so many lives has been lost, so many houses have been burned down and destroyed their properties, and we all know that more than 60,000 displaced people are residing in the relief camps, and mostly the students are suffering a lot. These last 6 months, there is no, the proper educations, and those children, students who are residing in the relief camps, they are suffering a lot. They cannot do their studies well because of the environment of the relief camps. And we strongly condemn the central government for not intervening this issue, and we know that this conflict is being due to the illegal immigration came from the Myanmar, passes through the border and came down here. We would like to ask the central government that why, despite of deploying these 1 lakh central forces, why they won't be able to control this conflict, and why they don't stop, why they are not after these illegal, these militants who are targeting the civilians. We strongly appeal to the central government to stop this violence, to control the illegal, these illegal militants who are violating suits. They should control the ground rule of the suits and to immediately stop this violence. Otherwise, if all these people are come down to the road, then it will be very difficult to, stop these people's agitation.
Nagaland Chief Minister Manipur on Thursday spoke to media about the issue with the Eastern Nagaland People's Organization after the emergent session of 14th Nagaland Legislative Assembly. Rio said that in this kind of developmental activities, there should be no politics. He also said that there will be a tri-party talk with the Government of India and the ENPO. The ENPO had on Wednesday announced that it will not be participating at the Hornbill Festival this year.
One man's game, and we had a good discussion with them. We had given our assurance. The 5 points we had told them that we support, but in this kind of developmental activities, there should be no politics.
They've always been going to
Government of India, the Home Minister, the Honorable Home Minister had told the whole cabinet, not met alone with the MPs, and the Minister also assured, and the Home Secretary also assured that it will be a tripartite talk. So that means Government of India, ENPO and the state. Therefore we are meeting. Thank you.
The Mayor of Agartala Municipal Corporation, Deepak Majumdar, has imposed a blanket ban on large lorries carrying fish and entering the city areas. All heavily loaded trucks have to unload their goods at the newly constructed fish transshipment yard at Nagi-Chera in the outskirts of Agartala city. However, small goods carriers have access into the city. The Nagi-Chera fish transshipment yard had earlier created controversy after fish traders refused to have the fish consignments uploaded there, complaining of losses.
সেক্ষেত্রে আজকে আমরা অনুভব করলাম যে আমাদের একটা গ্যাপ হয়ে গেছে, যারা ব্যবসায়ীরা এবং আমাদের পৌর নিগমের সঙ্গে এবং রাজ্যের মানুষের কাছে একটা প্রশ্নচিহ্ন হচ্ছে যে এই ব্যবস্থাপনা কি বন্ধ হয়ে গেছে না চালু আছে। সেটাকে ক্লিয়ার করার জন্য আজকে কিছুদিন আগে যখন আলোচনা করেছি, এটা কিন্তু দুদিন আগেতেই আবার পৌর নিগম শুরু করে দিয়েছে তারা। ব্যবসায়ীরা ধন্যবাদ জানাই যে আমাদের পৌর নিগমের কথা তারা রেখেছেন, তারা কাজ শুরু করে দিয়েছেন। আজকে সেই ক্ষেত্রে সোসাইটির যিনি কনভেনার উনি একটা আলোচনা সভার কথা বলেছিলেন, মনেও আমিও আমাদের জন কর্পোরেটরের সঙ্গে যুক্ত আছে। আমরা আজকে এখানে পঞ্চায়েত সমিতির চেয়ারম্যান আছেন, এখানে যিনি সমাজসেবী মুক্তিযোদ্ধা আছেন, পাশাপাশি যারা এখানে প্রধান উপপ্রধান সমরবাবুরা যারা সহযোগিতা করছেন শুরুর থেকেই কাজটা শুরু হয়েছিল। এটা কনস্ট্রাকশনটা একদিন হয়নি, টোটালি এই এলাকার লোক সার্বিক সহযোগিতা করাতে কিন্তু কাজটা হয়েছে এবং আগামী দিনেও তারা সহযোগিতা করবেন এই কথাও বলেছেন। এখানে যিনি বিধায়ক ডেপুটি স্পিকার রামপ্রসাদবাবু বলেছিলেন আলোচনা সভায় এবং প্রকাশ্যে বলেছেন, তো সেভাবে আমরা সহযোগিতা পাচ্ছি। তো আমি শুধু ব্যবসায়ীদেরকে আজকে বলা হয়েছে আলোচনা যে আমাদের এই সিস্টেম যেটা আমাদের সরকার এবং আমরা পৌর নিগম যেটা করেছি, এখান থেকে সরাসরি বাইরের থেকে যে গাড়িগুলি আসবে এখানে এন্ট্রি নিতে হবে। তারপর এখান থেকে ছোটো গাড়ি করে বটতলা বাজার হোক, মহারাজগঞ্জ বাজার হোক বা রাজ্যের বিভিন্ন প্রান্তে যেখানে মাছ যায় সেখানে যাবে। কিন্তু সিস্টেমটা এটাই থাকতে হবে, যদি কেউ আইন ভঙ্গ করে সেটা আইনগত ব্যবস্থা নেওয়ার জন্য আমরা সরকারকে বলেছি। আমরা এসপি ট্রাফিককে নির্দেশ দেওয়া হয়েছে, সরকারের তরফ থেকে আমাদের তরফ থেকে বলা হয়েছে যে বহিরে যে গাড়ি যদি কোথাও এখানে এন্ট্রি না নিয়ে এখানে বড় গাড়ি যদি আগরতলা শহরে কোথাও ঢোকে, যারাই যদি মনে করে কোনো ব্যক্তি বা প্রতিষ্ঠান এটাকে এই সরকারি সিদ্ধান্ত বা সিস্টেমকে বন্ধ করার বা চক্রান্ত করার চেষ্টা করবে, তাদের বিরুদ্ধে আইনগত ব্যবস্থা গ্রহণ করার জন্য সরকারি তরফে নির্দেশ দেওয়া হচ্ছে। এটা সরকারের কাছে একটা বিশেষ বিষয়, কারণ আমরা কিন্তু জনগণের কাছে কথা রেখেছিলাম যে ব্যবসায়ীদের সঙ্গে কথা হয়েছে, ওনারা আমাদের সঙ্গে সহযোগিতা করবেন। তো আমি আজকে আলোচনা খুব ভালো হয়েছে, ওনারা সহযোগিতার আশ্বাস দিয়েছেন এবং তারা মেনে কাজ করবেন। আমিও বলেছি কয়েক মাস চলুক, ওনাদের যে ক্ষতিগ্রস্ত যে বিষয়টা এটা আমরা সরকারের পক্ষ থেকে পৌর নিগমের পক্ষ থেকে দেখব, বিকল্প কোনো চিন্তা করা যায় না তাদেরকে, কারণ তারা ব্যবসা করলেই তো আমরা সমস্ত রাজ্যবাসী মাছ পাবো, তাদের তো সহযোগিতা আমাদের করতে হবে, সেই ক্ষেত্রে করতে হবে। কিন্তু সরকারি নিয়ম সরকারি সিস্টেমকে প্রথম মান্যতা দিতে হবে যে পর্যায়ে যে জায়গাতে আমরা যে ব্যবসায়ী করি, সেদিকে সিদ্ধান্ত হয়েছে। আমার ধারণা যে যেটা হয়েছিল ব্যবসায়ীরা বা আমাদের পৌর নিগমের মধ্যে এটা অবসান আজকে হয়েছে এবং তারা সম্মত হয়েছেন এবং ফিসটার বিষয়ে আমরা নিশ্চয়ই সহানুভূতির সাথে দেখব যাতে তারা বেশি ক্ষতিগ্রস্ত নয়, আর তারা যাতে আগামী কিছুদিন পর আমরাও একটা বিকল্প আগরতলা শহর নিয়ে ভাবছি যে ফিশ মার্কেট কোথাও ভালোভাবে করা যায় কিনা, যাতে সুন্দরভাবে সমস্ত ব্যবস্থাপনা করতে, যাতে এই ধরনের পরিস্থিতি কোনো সময় তৈরি না হয়। তো আমি আবারও আমি বলবো যে আজকে সিদ্ধান্ত হয়েছে এখন থেকে আগের প্রথম দিন থেকে যেভাবে সিস্টেম চালু হয়েছিল সেভাবেই এখন চলবে। কোনো রকম অন্য কোনো গাড়ি আগরতলা শহরে ঢুকতে দেওয়া হবে না। ওনারা সম্মত হয়েছেন, আমরা ওনাদের দিকটা পরবর্তী সময় মাননীয় মুখ্যমন্ত্রীর সঙ্গে কথা বলবো, সরকারের সঙ্গে কথা বলে চেষ্টা করবো ওদেরকে কতটা সহযোগিতা করা যায়।
We'll now take a short break. We'll be back with more news.
It doesn't take much to save a life. Practice safe behavior.
Welcome back. Two men were grievously injured on Wednesday following an attack by a leopard at Forest Colony in Assam's Miryani. The incident comes after an employee of a restaurant was attacked by the same animal a day before in Miryani town. The injured person has been identified as Punya Kaglori and Prasanta Gogoi. Efforts are on the way by the Forest Department and police to capture the leopard at large.
দুফুট হ'ব ওখ ধৰক আপোনাৰ 2 ফুটমান দীঘল হ'ব 2 ফুট 2.5 ফুট দীঘল হ'ব সময় আপোনাৰ 7টা 7:30 মান হ'ব মই মূৰত আঘাত পাইছোঁ সেইফালে দুটা আৰু চকুত আঘাত পাইছোঁ চকুৰ পতাত আৰু ঘৰৰ ওচৰত ৰেলৱে ফৰেষ্ট কলনি মৰিয়নি
আমাৰ কলনীতে এই মানে ফৰেষ্ট কলনীত বাঘ ওলাইছে বুলি কৈছিলে। মই গৈছিলোঁ, মই দাখন লৈ মানে জংঘল কাটি আছিলোঁ বোলো এইফালে মুকলি কৰি কোৱাটাৰ ছাইডটোত এই সন্মুখৰ পৰা আহি জঁপিয়াই আহি মোৰ হাতখনতে মই হেৰি কৰি বাঘটো মানে ধৰক মই অকল হাতখন যোৰহাট চিলাই ফৰেষ্ট কলনী কোৱাটাৰ
আপোনাক জখম কৰিলে ক'ত আৰু মানুহ দুজন কৰিছে নে
প্ৰশান্ত গগৈ
আপোনাৰ নামটো
পুণ্য খাপলাৰী
হয় নেকি বাঘটো ক'ত ওলাইছিলে
ফৰেষ্ট কলনী
আপোনাৰ
ৰেলৱে ফৰেষ্ট কলনী
আপোনাৰ এটেক কৰিছে নে
মোক এটেক কৰিছে মোতকৈ আগত আৰু এজনক কৈছে খাকলাৰী।
It has been a month of the bloody war between Israel and Hamas militant group. Israel Defense Forces have intensified its ground operations and have reached the heart of Hamas in Gaza Strip. Hamas' vast tunnel network is one of the targets of the Israeli military, and they are continuing to pound the tunnels. The Israeli military released video on November 8 of what they say is strike on Hamas tunnel situated near a school in southern Gaza. Recently, IDF destroyed a strategic tunnel of Hamas which was built beneath a children's amusement park. Other than that, a tunnel near a university was also bombed by the Israeli Defense Forces. IDF also released a video of a school being used by Hamas to hide rocket launch pads. Over a month of deadly war between Israel and Hamas, the locals of Gaza and Israel have suffered a lot. The October 7 surprise attack by Hamas on Israel took the lives of around 1,400 innocent civilians. On the other hand, the Gazan death toll has surpassed 9,000 after Israel initiated its retaliatory plan. With the intensification of the ground operation by Israel, ceasefire is nowhere near sight. The 13th edition Peren District Legislators Football 2023 kicked off today at Peren Town Public Ground with Additional Deputy Commissioner Keri Rangding Hegyu gracing the opening ceremony on behalf of Deputy Chief Minister T.R. Ziliang. Ziliang was supposed to attend the event as the chief guest, however, due to official engagement, he returned. Prior to the kicking off the tournament, the Peren District Football Referee Association 25th Anniversary Monolith was unveiling by ADC and dedicated by Dr. Rampau Kupoing, Executive Secretary, ZBCC. President PDFRA Ernest Sepe, in his welcome address, thanked T.R. Ziliang and leaders for their support and service rendered towards the association. The inaugural match was played between Liangmai Jaluki Football Club and Mpai Youth Association FC, where Liangmai Jaluki FC defeated Mpai Youth FC by 3-2. Altogether, 15 teams are participating in the tournament. The tournament will conclude on November 16th.
Representing our Honorable Deputy Chief Minister Shri T.R. Zaliang, I, Shri Peren District ADC Peren, take this honor and privilege to declare the 13th edition of Peren District Legislators Trophy 2023 open. As we all know, football as such, it's something which is universal, it's something which ties all of us together, which brings all of us together from all walks of life.
I'm Mr. Ernest Sabe, President of Peren District Football Referee Association and also a co-chairman of the Peren District Legislators Football Trophy Tournament. Today we have entered into the 13th edition of the Peren District Legislators Football Trophy. We have 15 teams participate in the premier trophy of the Peren District. Well, the final will be on the 16th of November. Semi-finals will be on the 15th. This trophy came out with a conception that this will be a perennial source of funding. Many tournaments have been dying away because of the lack of financial sources, as we don't have revenue stadiums. But with this Legislators Trophy, we hope that this will carry forward further with the support of our legislators.
That is all we have for this bulletin. Thank you for watching Hornbill TV.
दुनिया ते थाक्या साफा पानी कुंतु खाली 0.3% असे इदु तो खाली खाउले गर्ने एकला नहोय इदु साफा पानी तो आमी खान एग्रीकल्चर ते खावो सामान खान ओलाउले गर्ने बि चलाय आरो इदु पानी खान वाइल्ड लाइफ सपोर्ट करे एकता हेल्दी फंक्शनिंग इकोसिस्टम दिवो गर्ने इदु गर्ने पानी खान तु पोल्यूशन फ्री राखियो लागे आरो आमी खान लगा वेस्ट खान मिसामिशी रिवर बैंक्स खानते नफेलाउले लागे कुंतु प्रा पानी पोल्यूट करे दे साल 2019 ते सरकार प्रा जल शक्ति अभियान लॉन्च करिशे नेशन वाइड वाटर कंजर्वेशन कैंपेन ते कुंतुप्रा सिटीजन्स खान के पानी कंजर्व करोले इनकरेज करे ग्रास रूट लेवल ते प्रा इदो साल जल शक्ति अभियान प्रा रेन वाटर हार्वेस्टिंग स्ट्रक्चर्स खान क्लाइमेट कंडीशंस हिसाब ते कुरोले इनकरेज करिशे साल 2021 ते इदो स्कीम खान एकता प्रिपरेटरी